Golden Kamuy, meaning golden gods in Ainu language, is one of the better original anime that came out in spring 2018 season. Even before it aired, it had a lot of hype behind it since the manga already had a big following. So did it live up to its hype? Let's find out. Golden Kamuy was such a fantastic show. Not only is the setting and time period very unique for an anime, but just about everything else here was very well done. The only major thing I can think, if that holds it back, along with the seemingly cookie cutter up setup, is the art and the animation. So yes, while the manga does it better in that regard, this is still a very faithful and excellent adaptation of an already amazing story. The characters are all very distinguishable and cool, and the story once it gets going is very captivating and easy to follow up. And even the comedy is really good. It's a real good time, but we need to look much deeper and analyze every aspect of the anime separately to understand the series much better. So let's just first start with the storyline of the anime. The main story looks so promising for me. They were using the historical values as their basics to expand the adventurous vibes in a nice way. That was some brilliant move, and I just loved this kind of decision, and so far the studio did a very nice way to keep the pacing intact with the right direction, and I believe that they did very well on the adaptation. So yeah, it's more point of the show, and the setting was simply amazing. I just can't believe that this series had a nice setup of the past timeline. It looked incredible, and more importantly, the historical value that happens in the Hokkaido's past, especially with Ainu tribe that still exist on this era, is just really nice to watch. I just love how it explains more of Ainu tribe's cultures, their language, their habits and such. A nice additional score went up by that point. What a great lesson I had by watching this series. And I also have to highlight the storytellings of these episodes. It's really interesting, and the narrator did a good job explaining some lines that really help building the vibe for the current arc. The plot is just another one of my favorite, and it's so fluent with everything that happens around it. First, it might look like an after-war problem, but it ends up as the hunting theme by taking a little adventure. However, it's turned out again by learning a new knowledge. Yes, it's Ainu tribe by announcing the girl. And then finally I got the big picture about what was really going on in the story. It's not just your usual adventure and a normal hunting anime. It's just more than that, with an eccentric set of characters as a great addition and multiple variable of its plots to advancing. A lot of odd complexity made me realize that this series was just way bigger than I could anticipate it. The story is very appreciated for me, and from me I give 10 out of 10 for the story. The next thing is characters. The absolute best part of this show and the world really is the characters. Sugimoto himself as our lead character is, while not looking like it really, is a very compelling guy and a great leader for our story. His brash devil-may-care attitude from being a war veteran is really something very rare in anime. And it really looks kind of cool, which gets his name of the immortal Sugimoto. That side of him is only rivaled by his caring and kind nature when he's around Asirpa. And she's also a great character too. Serving as our co-lead and lead female character, Asirpa is a great gateway into the Ainu's culture, which itself is very fascinating. She is a very strong-willed girl with a lot of spunk and a ton of personality to boot. Asirpa does also add a lot of comedy to the story at certain points, all which hits really well, along with our escape king Shirashi. The comedy is very well done and genuinely funny. All the side characters and the villains are also very good characters and all stand their own as a unique personality. From Yoshiyama to Hijitaka to Tanigaki to Ogata to Tsurumi to even Kiroranke at the end. And they all make themselves a valuable part of the story and help it move forward. The next part is art and animation. I'm pretty sure most of you people are not familiar with Genie Studio. That's because it's a new studio that only recently began to produce projects such as Kokoku and Gyakusatsu's Kikan. Early impressions of the show may have people pointing fingers at the atrocious CGI usage such as poorly animated beer. Luckily, the visual quality manages to redeem itself as each episode begins to improve itself through its natural elegance. The landscapes of the show looks really gorgeous and larger than life. From snowy mountains to dense forests, it's how nature should look like with its lush backgrounds. Even the food looks real, that's crafted right from the wilderness with survivalistic skills. Character designs also offer distinctive features such as the military uniforms of the 7th Division, and the Sugimoto is a man that's hard to overlook with his soldier uniform and masculinity. Asirpa may have a petite look, but she is noticeable for her blue and greenish eyes. Some characters even address this like a gem that's hard to ignore. The Ainu coat that she wears also shows her cultural style of clothing with the deerskin boots to protect her from the cold. She looks like a hunter that shouldn't be underestimated. As a new studio, I would say that the Genie Studio made an interesting impression. I'm not overwhelmed or disappointed by the production quality as it manages to capture the elements of battle scenes and is very faithful to the character designs. However, it does fall short occasionally on capturing the full vivid details of the manga. Sound. There's not too much to speak about the sound, I think, because it was good. Snow sounded like snow, the animals sounded like animals, and everything fit with the sound effects very well. Speaking on the voice acting part, I have watched both the sub and the dub version. Both are really good and can't go wrong either way really. Both have a few minor drawbacks but are still solid 8. Overall, the anime is really enjoyable. The action movements are epic AF and funny moments are really funny. It's roller coaster from start to finish and not really a lot to say about it. It is a nice historical comedy action anime and it's definitely worth a watch. It's only 12 episodes, so it's not that much of a compromise. Even if you don't like the historical premise, I recommend you to watch it. You may be pleasantly surprised by its really good humor. With this said, we finally came to an end with this review video of Golden Kamuy. If you enjoyed this review video, then definitely check out my other videos over here. And that's it for today's video guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post regular anime content on my YouTube channel on daily basis. So that's it for today's video guys and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.